Miss Brianna's class here, and today we're going to play with one of our favorite new toys, a Makey Makey. There's so many cool videos about all the amazing things you can do with it, but we wanted to go a little bit simpler today and just talk about how it works and some of the basic things you can do and why it works. So I'll have different helpers, and we're going to explore different objects and whether or not they're conductive or they're... We have a SMARTamp workspace, and if you log onto SMARTamp, this should be in the files that you can download. But first we're going to go look at what is a Makey Makey. So what's the science behind it, what's some of the cool ideas, how to get excited about it in case you haven't seen it before. So you'll click on the link. First, their SMARTamp to explore circuits a little bit more. They watched videos to learn a little bit more about electricity and circuits. And then we started to do some of the activities about circuits just to kind of test what they understand and what they know. And then the next part is conductors. We have to learn what are objects that conduct electricity and what are objects that are insulators, so they stop the flow. Items here. So we have some items here, and we're going to try to predict and sort them into conductive materials or insulators. You can also have your students do this in SMARTamp, and then we're going to test them out of here. So you'll actually get to see how Makey Makey works, and you can test these right along with us. So my students will sort them, and then we'll give it a look here. So we made our predictions about which materials will be conductive, meaning electricity can pass through, and which materials will be insulators, meaning they'll stop the flow of electricity. So the first step, I have my fabulous assistant here to help me out. We're going to actually connect the Makey Makey. So you'll just take everything out of the box, and you have your wire. You can't see it, but it's hooked up the other end to my computer. You can hear it making noises. And then you want to connect right here, and then the USB to your computer. I'm going to start with just 2 wires to get started, just to explain it to my students. So a lot of the apps have the space bar, so I'm going to connect to the space bar, and then the other end is going to connect to whatever fruit or whatever items I'm trying to test. Then we always have to ground the wires. So we have earth, so you're going to pick one of the spots and select the earth, and this will connect to the other end. So you have both ends, and these will connect to whatever objects. Troubleshooting, the thing I figured out pretty quickly is that both of the wires have to connect to whatever object you are using. So if you're using just your body, both of these have to connect to your body, or if you're using a banana, both would have to connect. By going to makeymakey.com and selecting apps, and remember this is only available on the computer, so not on an iPad that can be using. You can select many different things. I selected the piano today, and so when you hear the sounds, you'll know that we have made an electric current and that we've made a closed circuit, so the electricity is able to pass through to create the sound. So listen to the sounds today to determine if things are conductive or... Fabulous assistant here, and the first thing we're going to test out is a human body. So we can see that the electricity is starting from the computer. We have a closed circuit right now because the thing we're going to test out is a human body. So we're going to see if electricity can pass through a human body. So we'll go ahead and touch your finger to one side of the clamp. And then you're going to close the circuit. So by touching both, go ahead and touch both, we can see that there's sound. So that means that the electricity is able to pass through a human body to make a closed circuit. So go ahead and try that again for us. We're going to test an apple. We're going to see if an apple is a conductor or an insulator. So to do this, we're going to hook up both wires to the apple. So my assistant, can you go ahead and clip the wire into the apple for me. This is an apple, and we're going to see if it's conductive or if it's an insulator. So we have our wires, and again, we're going to try to close the circuit to see if the electricity passes through the apple. So we'll connect one and the other. So we heard the sound, so that means that it is a popsicle stick. So we'll go ahead and clip one of the clamps to the popsicle stick. And then we will touch the other wire to the popsicle stick to see if it closes out our circuit. And we can see that there's no noise happening. So that means that we have an insulator. That means that the electricity is stopping on the popsicle stick and it's not continuing to pass through. Next, we'll test out a paper clip you might have at home. So we'll connect one part of the wire to the paper clip. And then we'll touch the other wire to it. And we can see that it is conductive. The electricity is passing through to make a clue. We're going to test Play-Doh, and many of my students predicted that this would be an insulator, that it would not pass electricity. So will you go ahead and hook up one of the wires to the Play-Doh for me? And then let's see if electricity can pass through. We're going to hook up the other wire and connect it to the Play-Doh. So go ahead and touch it. We can see that Play-Doh is in a glass jar, so let's try that out. We can see that when both wires are touching the glass, no electricity can pass through. Glass is a very popular and well-known insulator. One of my favorite things next, this is Coca-Cola, and we're going to test a can of Coca-Cola. So can you go ahead and touch to the can? And we can see that metal is a very well-known insulator, or conductor, well-known conductor. So the electricity is passing through the metal. Have some Coca-Cola poured out into a glass. We know the can have electricity pass through, but let's try the actual soda. So we can see that when we put the wire into the soda and the liquid is conductive. Electricity can pass. Plastic container. I already have one clamp hooked up, so let's check the next one. So we can see that electricity cannot pass through the plastic, so it is an insulator. Try a plastic water bottle. We know that the plastic container didn't work, but let's see what happens when we try it on the water bottle. We can see that again, the plastic works as an insulator, stopping the flow of electricity. But let's go ahead and try some water and see what happens. Will you get our cup for us? We're going to put both of the wires into the water and see what happens. Yep, so we can see that water is definitely a conductor, and that's again why we shouldn't go swimming when there's lightning, because water is definitely a very strong. We're going to test a glove, so we're going to touch both ends to the glove. And we can see that a glove is an insulator. Right, last we have a mug, and if you're like me, you love coffee, so Miss Graham is always known to have a mug. Let's check out our mug and see if my coffee mug lets electricity pass through. Perfect. So we can see that it is an insulator. So my coffee mug does not allow electricity to go through. And again, there are so many more awesome apps and videos about all the amazing things you can do with Makey Makey. But this is our quick, simple version to just explain how it works and some basic things you can do to start learning about it. Do this whole lesson with us while checking out the video and with other cool links and resources in SMARTamp. So if you go to the Smart Exchange and search Brianna Owens, it should come up. If you want the answers with your students, you can click the link right here to our thing link, and this will take you over to whether or not the items are conductive. So you can just click on the icon and it will tell you if it's an insulator or a conductor. All right, have a wonderful day, my friends, and feel free to try this lesson at